Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
All right. Speed Zone TV tonight, bringing you the action at Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm your host, Robert Warrens, for the Roughneck Racing League, season number 6 for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Man, she's spicing up tonight. Drivers are getting ready to cook. But just like I said, we're at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Weather is looking mild. 68 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy, 10-mile-an-hour wind, 39% humidity for this 1.45-mile oval. 5-degree bankings in the straights, 24-degree bankings in the turns. This facility is nearing its 65th anniversary of beautiful excellence. So we're under the lights tonight, so I'm expecting some nice, fast racing. We got an epic points battle brewing up. We're going to get going through that later on, but let's take a look at our grid tonight. Gridding up in the hot seat, pole sitter Hennings in that 74 machine, outside Adamson in the 46, Richards in that 56 machine in third, Copperthorne 98 machine fourth, Ramsey 13 machine in fifth, Jimmy Rowdy Pylan 29 machine in sixth, Straminsky 14 newcomer this time around 7th, Hurst the 3 machine in 8th, Lussier in the 05 in 9th, Beebe in 83 machine in 10th, Ballard Jr. the 32 machine 11th, Miller in the 15 machine in 12th, Chrissy 2 Shoes Schuessler in the 61 machine in 13th, Isgrig in the 40 machine in 14th. And let's take a look at the rest of the field here. Fairman in the 99 machine in 15th, Hunter 27 machine in 16th, Prigu in the 015 machine in 17th, Isbell in the 6th car in 18th, Feidler in the 66 and 19th, Manning in 78 machine and 20th, Tony Richards in the 56 machine, the 52 machine, 21st, Richardson in the 2 car, Wagner in the 30 truck in 23rd, and Miller rounding out the field in 24th. We're getting under green white flag action. They're already fired off. I can't even breathe. And Hennings is going to get a great start here. Ducking off into 1. Let's take a look at our leaders. Adamson right in behind as they go down the backstretch here. Looking for some action tonight. A lot of green flag action. These guys are going to have 2 extra sets of tires, 1 fast repair. 3 wide as they're coming out of turn 4. And we have an crash. Looks like Miller's jumped to the pits. Let's wait. Maybe we'll take a look at that later on. But you know, it takes a little. Caution's out now, but it takes a few laps for these tires to heat up, and then once they do, you get all the grip. But if you're not patient enough right off the start, then carnage can happen, and you know, we'll slow it down. Take a look at our Speed Zone TV instant replay here. All right, let's see what we see. Let's see what happens here. Coming through the tri-oval here. 61 machine on the outside of the 32. 3 wide, not a lot of room. Looks like the 32 is going to tag the 61, putting up a smoke screen for the field. I don't know if he's a ballerina, but he's sure dancing that truck. Loops it around. And Richardson, with nowhere to go in that 2 truck, tags Wagner and Schuessler. It's looking like Wagoner is hard into the wall on that right front. So hopefully these drivers are able to get it repaired and not use their fast repair earlier on. We're going to get back to live action here. As a quick caution already, putting us at 3 laps under the race. 24 cars in the field tonight. Lots of time left. These drivers need to settle down, let the race come to them. Not be too aggressive off the start. Hennings had a good start that first restart. We'll see what lane he decides to choose for his restart. You know, obviously drivers have a lead driver has lane choice. Man, oh man, Charlotte under the lights. What a beautiful facility. Hoping to bring some of those views tonight on Speed Zone TV here for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Race number 10. 95,000 seats are available for viewing pleasure of race fans at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Like I said earlier, this place broke ground in 1964, or it opened in 1964 in June 15th, or sorry, on June 15th. It's nearing its 65th anniversary. So a lot of historical races that have happened here. There's, you know, the Roval configuration. There's the mini oval as well. You know, some great racing happens on that when they get those legend cars on it. But overall, this has just been a very memorable speedway throughout the history of racing. Lights are off on the pace car. Next week, we're headed to North Wilkesboro for 150 laps of carnage. If James Wagner's Welding wasn't busy before, man, I'm pretty sure like they should be stacking up some new frames and chassis to get out the door for these drivers at Roughneck Racing. You know, fostering a community here. You know, they're all really respectful and drive excellent with each other. But you know, short track racing at old North Wilkesboro that was reinvigorated a few years ago. It's a very different. When you stack up 20 some odd trucks, there's not a lot of room, and depending on what line that you run there, a lot of carnage could happen. Tonight I'm expecting to see, you know, some tire fall off. So in practice you saw mid 29 second laps. Tire degradation is going to be a factor here. So once we get some green laps underway, we're going to start to talk about speeds and times and who's moving and shaking in the field. But it's really too early to tell right now. Pace car's about to duck in. Look at our starter cam. Hennings takes the outside, gets a good start on Adamson. Driver's going to start to roll into turn 1. By 2 racing here. Settling out. Touching on the walls as drivers go down that front stretch back into turn 1. Everyone seems to have settled down to put on a show for you guys at home at Speed Zone TV, bringing you the action here. Guys are flying around here, 170 plus miles an hour. Time to check on what's going on in the lead up here. Taking a look at Adamson diving under Hennings into turn 1. He's trying to get it done. Looks like we got Pilon and Richards in 3rd and 4th, with Hurst in the 5th position, all within a few tenths of each other. Personally, I'm a fan of low and slow in the corners here, and then running the high line later to protect. But my opinion is that if you run the middle to high side, you're putting more load on those tires. Little brush on the wall from the 74 machine. Single file in behind. Hennings relinquishes the position to the 46 machine. As I believe Hurst is now looking to make a move on Richards in that 56 truck. Good run for Hurst tonight. We haven't seen him dance up front before, or very often. And he's putting on a good show. You can see just about a blanket over the top 7 to 8 trucks. Well, 8 trucks with maybe at the end of the line. We're going to take a little bit look further back. We're going to zoom in on, I believe it is going to be the 78 machine of Manning here, where he has moved up 10 spots already. 11. He's on a mission, making the move on the 15 of Miller, and that's Hunter in behind him looking to make the move as well with his grid going into turn 1. Going to be able to complete the pass, and the train's going to follow through. Oh, slight contact! The 15 machine goes around of Gary Miller. He's hard into the wall. That has not rang out the caution. He is below the racing line. He's towing to the pits. Tough break for him. We'll go back up with our leader here. Adamson's opened up a 4/10 lead already. Might want to start to back it down and pace yourself. Now to turn 4 down the front stretch. Hurst is making a move on the outside of Hennings. He's going to complete the pass here. New paint for Hurst tonight in that 3 Lowe's machine. You see how beautiful the lights look here as these trucks are just shimmering and shining. "14 laps in on the 100. Hurst scuffs the wall. Hennings is on the bumper of Hurst as they go into 1. Island's looking underneath. Benjamin Richards going into 1 as well. Take a look at that battle here. Down the backstretch, they're pretty even. Tight off of 4. Richards is able to hold the position on Filan. Filan's currently sitting in 2nd place in points. Hennings in 1st, and Adamson, our current leader, in 3rd in points. I believe, take a look here, Hurst is 4th in points, and Isgrig is 5th in points. So Miller back on the track. Hurst is not able to get around Hennings on the outside. Looking like the outside groove is being dominant enough to stop the charge. Bouncing around. Take a look if we have another battle here on our screen. Right here, looking at the 15th position of Strzeminski. That's Fairman in front of him in a new paint. No Canadian Tire this time. Looks like Fairman's pulling away just by a couple tenths, so he's going to be checking out. Back up front here with our leaders. Hurst still unable to complete the pass on Hennings and staying in the draft, with Pylon running the low side. And Richards grasping onto that 5th position with Copperthorne in 6th. 19 laps. I'm not sure the pit window. I'm going to go and guess with like about 35, 37. But we're going to have to wait and see how the action plays out here. Adamson's opened up a 1.4 second lead. He ain't, pulling any stops tonight. He's just full show and all go. Drivers are all starting to single file out. Take a look a little bit further back in the field. On board with the 66 machine, a Feidler. Taking a look at how he's doing. Currently, he is up 1 position tonight, running 18th. Not sure what happened to Wagoner. It looks like he's holding on to his fast repair. He's definitely off pace right now. Running almost a second off of our leaders. Hoping and praying for a caution, I would suppose. Just had a shuffle between Lussier and Fairman. Here's the battle for in and around 13th position. Drivers are all pretty tight. Down the backstretch, this blanket of 4. Hurst and Copperthorne are now battling out. Let's check in with them. Down into 1. Tight with each other there. Hurst is able to get a little bit of a run on Copperthorne. Copperthorne's looking and hunting. He's had a couple good runs the last race. That 98 machine has been pretty powerful. Last week our winner was Dylan C. Jones, newcomer to the series, taken away from Dale Adamson at Nashville Superspeedway, with Hennings in 3rd, Manning in 4th, and Isgrig in 5th. Schuessler was 6th last week, with Pilot in 7th and Copperthorne in 8th, Hunter 9th, and Benjamin Richards in 10th. So, looking at some of those names, no surprise that we're seeing Adamson up there, Pilot up there, Hennings up there, Copperthorne, and even Richards having a great run tonight. It's really interesting to see week after week which drivers are putting in their homework and doing their practice, getting the setup right, and making it possible to have a run at the championship. So you're seeing a mix of drivers here running the low and the high side. So wonder if they're going to make me a liar by the end of it to say, that the high side didn't chew up the tires a little bit more. I'm going to move up here with the battle with Hennings and Pylon. Hennings in that 74 machine, Pylon in the 29 truck. Tied versus Days of Thunder. 27 laps in, the first caution is done. Had some great racing since. Looking at lap times. Well, we don't have to look, we could just show you. Looking at lap times, Hennings 31.5 the last lap. Adamson 31-1, Highland 31-5, Copperthorne 31-4, Hearst 31-4. So cars in behind these two are a little bit quicker, but there's not too much time coming up to that pit window. So if you got tire left, you better use it. All right, let's see if we can figure out what is making Adamson so much faster here. Take a look at, oh, Sean Fairman has crashed. No caution. Yellow's out. All right. Spoke too soon. Let's take a look at what happened on our Speed Zone TV instant replay here. All right, all right, all right. Not sure what the deuce is going on here. Trying to get a better angle of things. To speed it up. He is on the inside of the track. What the? Let's just back that up one more time for good nature. How did he get down there? It's the inside. Whoa. Okay, run one more time. We're going to figure this out together. Coming out of turn 4. Hits the wall. Hits the wall again. Possibly broken steering. And not sure if that's frustration or what. But then see that truck fires up and he brings it behind the wall. Our Racing does not like that, and unfortunately, that's going to be the cause of the second caution. Kinda silly. Oh, it looks like we're showing another crash here by Chrissy Two Shoes. Coming into the pits. Let's see what happens here. Let's put it at regular speed. That's fun. Coming into the pits, that's the 61 truck, the blue truck. Not sure why it's saying he crashed, but looks like it lied. Lied to us, race fans. Speed Zone TV doesn't lie, iRacing does. All right, let's get back to live action, see what's going on. Back up with our leader, Adamson. Going to be our leader at lap 31 with Hennings in second. Island in third, Hurst in fourth, Copperthorne in fifth. Wonder if the lights are going to be turning off on that pace truck. Man, oh man, I feel like this one has went by rather fast. Almost halfway to the race. Unfortunate caution there. I don't think we needed to see that. I would have loved to see some green flag stops. That might be the case, but these guys are going to have to single out, settle down, and let about 30 some odd laps go by before we see the opportunity for green flag stops. Lights are off on the pace truck. Once we get settled down here, we'll pop around the field, look for some new paints. I believe the 3 machine is in a completely new paint. I don't think we've seen the Lowe's truck before. We've seen Adamson's 46 paint before. The Highlands paint in the 29, the Tide is new. So we're gonna take a look around after we get some green flag action underway. This is one of 3 races left in the championship for season number 6. The top 3 in points are in positions 1, 2, 3. Looking to edge it. Well, the top 4 in points are in 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know, anything can happen here. And an unfavorable finish could definitely inch one way or the other towards that championship for one of these drivers. Island on the bumper of the 46 machine. Adamson gets a good start. Going down into turn one. And lets Hennings get in front of him there. We are under caution again. Take a look at what happened here from our Speed Zone TV instant replay. We're going to back that up a little bit for you guys at home. Way back here. It's looking like, you know, a stack up of the field. I'm going to let it go here. I'll leave it on the 83 machine. I'm going to do a far chase here, put it at regular speed. They're really far back from the pack, but you can see that they're rolling faster. 83 machine wants to get going. That's going here. The 52 machine of Richards gets squirrely. They check up. Looks like net code, but 61 gets back at the 83. 83 goes off the track. A little bit of damage for that 83, but that's going to bring out a third caution. Back up with our leaders here. We're going to roll around for one more caution lap, so we're going to give a shout out to Wagoner's Welding, our sponsor, making it possible for you viewers at home to watch us live on Speed Zone TV. We're going to take a look at that and let it roll.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
All right, we're back. Speed Zone TV. I'm Robert Warrens, bringing you the action tonight for race number 10, Charlotte Motors Speedway for the Wagoner's Welding Truck Series. Lights are about to be off on the pace truck here. You can see the running order on the left-hand side of the screen. 36 laps in, nearing halfway to the race. Well, we're just over a third of the race. Let's not get too excited. Fans in the stands. This place is packed. Adamson electing to start on the low side again. He had a great start last time. Looks like that 29 machine was really close to him and got him almost a little jacked up, but he was able to get squared away and get it done. Man, oh man. Take a look at Adamson's chase view here for this restart. He has a different perspective for the Raising Cane's chicken fingies. I love me some chicken fingies, actually. Normally we make them homemade. You know, a little bit of Breton on there, air fryer, crisp them up just nice. The Toyota versus Chevy, pace truck's in. Quick shift there. I think Adamson's starting in first gear, getting about a 2 to 3 car length lead right away. Byron is underneath Henning. See if he closes the door here down the backstretch. Single file in behind. It's actually Manning looking under first. Not able to make it happen. Island getting a little speed help from Henning down the front stretch as they wrap around the turns in 1 and 2. First tags the wall out of 2. You see the smoke there. Have to watch this battle here. Guys are fighting close. $29.7 for our leader, $29.78 for P2 and P3. Majority of the field is within a tenth of that time. Take a look at some more action through the field here. Looks like they're all separating out, except for maybe Copperthorne and Richards. They're pretty close. Not close enough as Manning is trying to make the move on Hurst. He's up quite a few spots tonight. Take a look, up 15, starting 20th, in 5th. Showing that he's got the speed tonight under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Isbell, he's a newcomer to the series here, looking under the 05 machine of Lussier. Where's Banquet Beer? Love me a Banquet Beer, I'm sorry. Where's Banquet Beer champ? He's going to be able to complete the pass going into turn 1. See if we got another battle on the track. Not seeing one. Looks like Hennings and Hurst are duking it out here. And Pylan. Hurst looks with the nose underneath Hennings, but not able to do much there. That's the 83 machine of BB re-entering the track on the bottom side. These drivers are actually pushing pretty hard, but clean air is king. And as these guys keep battling and looking on each other, Adamson has opened up almost a 1 second lead. I mean, it's not a lot considering these are 30-second laps, but it's enough. You know, you get to keep the air off of your nose when you're out front like that. And it helps the truck steer. These drivers here in quite a few positions. All the way back to 8th. Are within a blanket of each other, just over a second. For 7 cars or 7 trucks. First trying to get under Hennings. He's looking. Pylan trying to give a draft. It's not going to be enough. Or is it, as they wrap the bottoms of 1 and 2? First fighting. He's got 3/4 of a truck ahead of him. Let's see what the front stretch looks like, as Manning is also in the charge in behind Hurst. Proving hard for these lead trucks to pass each other. Hurst touches the white line, gets a little squirrely, doing a dance as Manning opens up the door into 3 and 4. It's kind of fun, it rhymed. A bit further back, talked about him in the points, but Isgrig is now starting to mount the charge to the front. Up 6 spots tonight, starting 14th, currently in 8th. Running comparable times to our leader. More laps and we're halfway. 48 laps in the books. 49 when Adamson crosses the line. Drivers have settled out. What really the battle here between Hurst and Manning. Hurst touches the wall so slightly, disrupting the speed as they enter turn 3. Manning's been a man on fire in his tracker Chevy. They are tight, 1 and 2. Manning tucks away. Running him tight down the backstretch, and he's still battling on the bottom. He's almost nudging that nose, crosses him up just in time to complete the pass. Let's see what happens here as we go down into turn 1. First shipping it deep. I think the momentum on the outside has been paramount. Hurst is done fighting, gives up the spot to Manning after a 3-4 lap battle. Let's take a look at here with Hunter, Lussier, and Isbell. Lussier is just ahead of these trucks. And now is not. Epic tale of 2 cities, or in this case 2 trucks. The 13 machine is Ramsey in his black test truck with the 14 machine of Treminsky, newcomer in his Vagisil Chevy. I don't know if you need some special lotion, but you might want to tap on Straminsky's sponsor. He can help you out, or your partner, depending on which gender you are. Take a look at that truck and the 14 truck of the Vagisil truck. I mean, beautifully painted in the pinkish purple color. All the love right there. Not something you see every day, but you know, the flower power within. We might see Straminsky up front in no time. Adamson's opened up a 1.1 second lead. Manning has finally got around Hennings and is now in 3rd in his Tracker Boats sponsored truck. Copperthorne there. Let's take a look at this battle here. Copperthorne is looking to make a move on Hurst. It's looking like tire wear has gotten Hurst. And Richards still charging hard on the outside of Copperthorne and trailing Hurst. It's a good battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th, marching down the backstretch here. "56 laps completed." I believe we came in and around lap 35. Let's pull that up really quick here. Lap 30, I'm a liar. You can see the positions gained there. Manning, our big hard charger tonight, 17 spots. Absolutely insane, showing all the speed at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Watching these trucks dance around. See if we got a battle here between Hunter and Isbell. Schuessler in behind. Involved in some carnage earlier. Isbell gets tight to Hunter, backs out of it. That's going to give the opportunity for Schuessler to get a run in that 61 truck. Not sure if he's going to be able to complete a pass here. Looks like he's fading back a little bit. Copperthorne does get around Hurst. And you got Richards in behind saying, me next, me next, me next, please. A brush of the wall, you can see the sparks fly down the backstretch. Getting a little bit of a run out of turn 4, but not enough to mount a charge going into turn 1. Drivers have settled down and singled out. Hunter and Isbell still battling. Wagoner making a move on the 0-15 of Frigo. Diving underneath, touching the line, contact. Wagoner brushes the wall. Yeah, drivers are able to keep it square, but I mean, that's going to cause some aero damage. That's going to slow down that 30 machine. He's already had bad luck tonight. Being involved in the first caution. Or was it the second? Who knows? Ryan Hunter went off track. Let's take a look at that with our Speed Zone TV instant replay because he was battling Battle Land. Looks like he tags the wall. Woo! Heavy damage there. Let's just back it up just a little bit more. Oh, crazy. Isbell drifts up the track, tags Hunter. Hunter in the wall. Schuessler able to get by at the last second. Hunter corrects. Hunter blows up. And that is going to be his race. Unfortunate break. Tough contact from the 6th machine on Hunter. Back up with the 30 machine of Wagoner. Man, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but we saw it live on, well, a replay on Speed Zone TV between Hunter and Isbell. Go back up with our leader, Adamson. Looking at lap times, 31.4s last time around. 31.46 this time around, so maintaining that pace. Violin is a 31.54, Manning 31.45, Copperthorne 31.44, Hennings dropping off 31.72. So drivers are all within a couple tenths of each other. Seeing a pit strategy here from Wagoner. I mean, he is about to go a lap down, so let's see what he does here. That's Hunter getting stitched up from his carnage. No caution for Hunter. Unfortunate break for him. Wagner just chilling. Left side's up. He's going to take 4 tires. And away he goes. Back up with our leaders here. Rugo is cat. Oh, we did not want to see that caution. Let's see what happened here. The Speed Zone TV instant replay. I'm going to back it up because I saw some contact earlier. We're going to try to figure out what the heck happened here. Might remember a few laps ago at the 015 Rigu, contact with the 30 machine. This is out of turn 2. Gets a little squirrely down into turn 3. Drifting up the track, brushes the wall hard, keeps it up in the wall, gets turned from not having a clear line by that 66 machine. Nowhere to go for the 66. Rigu did not have that vehicle under control, and he's still rolling on the track. I mean, normally we see drivers hold their brake and not create carnage. Rigu does not have a regard for that. Back to some live action. I'm sure all these guys have already pitted or are about to come down pit lane here. Let's look at the battle coming down pit lane here. Oh, and Adamson blinking out. My pit camera go. There it is. Found it. I have lost Adamson. Adamson has jumped to the pits. I'm not sure what happened. That was our leader. Manning's able to win the race. Oh, you can see Adamson has rejoined. It might have had some connectivity issues. Not sure. Gonna be a tough break for him. Now that we are this close to the end, drivers won't need to pit anymore to make it to the finale. But we could have a battle up on our hands. We've seen Manning come from 20th position all the way up to the catbird seat, or whatever the heck they call it. That sounds really cool. Wagner looking to get the wave around to get one of his laps back. I think that might put him back on the lead lap. No, I think he's 2 laps down. Also showing Adamson a lap down. Let's switch our ticker here. Looks like Adamson blinked out crossing the line and lost a lap. Might just do a quick reload of our overlays here. Let's see what happens. Sure, I'm not crazy. We're under caution, as you can see. And no need to reload. Adamson is a lap down. I don't know how many laps he led. Dominating force tonight, but, you know, that's the kind of luck that Adamson's had. I mean, he finished P2 last week. Good battle for the lead. But not able to get it done with the amount of laps left. Lights are off on the Pace truck. Well, I guess that's not a truck, that's a car. That is normally a truck, guys. Interesting battle here. Henning's P5 has shown early run speed, but Copperthorne definitely later run speed. This truck is in. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Green is out. Back down into turn one, the drivers will go. Hear those engines screaming, reaching speeds of over 170 miles an hour. Carnage, carnage, carnage. I think that's the 6 machine of Isbell. See if we can get a camera on him. Just gonna loop it around. No caution flag out. He was below the surface when he stopped. Let's see if we can back it up a little bit here with our Speed Zone TV instant replay. On board with that 6 machine. Coming out of the corner, just loses it solo. Tags the inside wall pretty hard with that left front, and then kisses the wall again with the nose. Back to live action. That's going to be some heavy damage. He's going to have to park that thing. When you're in those situations there and you damage the nose like that, you could be heating up the motor and you pop the motor and then you're in big, 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 big trouble. Piling under fire from Hurst and Copperthorne. Some hungry, hungry hippos behind him. Nom, 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 nom. Running the middle of the track there. I'm not sure if these guys are going to be a fan of it for too long. That's Manning in the 4th position. I thought we were going to see Manning up front here with his dominating speed, but it seems that a little bit of an aero lock once you get closer to these trucks. These drivers are about 3/10 ahead of 5th place position there. You can see Henning is in the 5th spot. He brushes the wall out of the corner. 13 machine Ramsey up in 6th, and Straminsky in 7th, Richards in 8th, Richardson in 9th, and Lussier in 10th. This is the battle for the lead right now. Some drivers are in a close points battle. Others, not so much. But you know, looking at the trucks here, the only one that I would say is not in great contention is that 78 machine of Manning. I don't know where he is in the points. He's currently showing in 16th in points. 24 laps to go, fans. 24 laps to go. Drivers running around 30.2 to 4 second laps. Pilot touches the wall, so's Hennings. They're all doing the dance. Manning's making the charge under Hurst into turn 1. Not sure if we're going to see it completed. That top line has been dominant at holding off the charge from the inside truck. Nice and patient. Manning looking to make a charge on Pilon if he can. Had 6 different winners this season. 2 to Hennings, 2 to Pilon, 2 to Adamson. Last week was Dylan C. Jones. We saw Darnell take it at Talladega. And we saw Mark Morton take one, I believe it was at Chicagoland. So a mix of drivers have been able to show speed tonight, and now with Manning around Hurst, is Manning going to be the winner tonight and make it so that we've have 7 different winners in 10 races? And that really just speaks to the level of competition that we have here at Roughneck Racing, that depending on the track, the configuration, that these drivers have various skill sets that can get it done. 20 laps to go, race fans, for race number 10 at Speed Zone TV, bringing you the action. I'm Robert Warren, your host. Is Greg on the bottom there, making the leaders second guess their position in life or their position on track. Richards and Straminski duking it out here with Ramsey in behind. Manning looking underneath Pilot. And, you know, one of the things that I said earlier on was running that bottom line, pockets a little bit more tired. Manning has moved up to the high side in 1 and 2, Pilot low side. But you see Manning have a significant charge down the backstretch that's able to close up that gap and use the draft. Inside, oh, slight contact on that 29 machine from Manning. I don't know if that's going to wall him up. Caution is out. Not sure why. Oh, man, that was about to be a crazy pass. We're going to go back here, look at Hunter, and see what happened here. Coming up on Carnage. Ooh. First is checking out there. Let's go ahead and just back that up here a little bit. Look for Hurst. He was up front, so I'm not sure what happened here. Hit play. Oh. Let's dissect that a little bit more for you guys at home. Not sure if there's other prior contact to that, but Adamson is a lap down, trying to get a run on that 3 machine. 3 machine in his cockpit there. See the steering input there, and then all of a sudden turns right on the 46. Not sure why the wheel turned right. The truck didn't look loose to me. I want to take a look at that one more time. Am I crazy? Because I don't feel like I'm crazy a lot of the time when it comes to looking at these races. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Doesn't look like nice play to me. We're going to go back to live action. Back up with our leader, Pylon. Lights are on the pace track. We're going to go to a mini commercial break to the Wagoner's Welding commercial.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446
Yep.
DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner.
We back. 15 to go. Lights are off on the pace truck. Manning was about to make a charge on Pylon until that caution came out. Not really sure what brought on that caution. Hurst was having a heck of a run until that. That's going to take away the lucky dog from Adamson, though, being involved in that caution. Great start by Pylon. Hennings on the inside. Manning has shown all the speed tonight with only 14 laps to go. He's our Cinderella man tonight. I'm cheering for him. Don't tell him. No favoritism up in the broadcasting booth. Copperthorne, great run as well. I believe we talked to him the first time last week all season. Was it him? No, it wasn't him. I feel like we talked to him. I don't know. Seniors moment. Manning needs those tires to heat back up so he can get a little bit of a run. Richardson making a move on Straminski. Burps the throttle to give him a little bit of room. On the outside of Ramsey. Richardson in tow. Hennings looking to make a move on Pylon. Let's go up front here. Backs off the throttle. Manning is now caught up. This is going to be the battle for the top 4 positions. Hennings giving him a little speed boost down the front stretch. Stay here. 11 laps to go. This is where our action is for Speed Zone TV tonight. Race number 10 in the books, or not in the books just yet, but nearing the finale at Charlotte Motor Speedway under the lights. Beautiful 1.5 mile wide or length facility. 24-degree bank turns, 5 degrees in the straightaway. Makes for some great racing. Almost 65 years of racing history, and Roughneck Racing is here tonight, creating some more historical, memorable moments. Pylon, I don't know if he's looking in his mirror, but we'll hop in his cockpit so you can see what he sees. Actually, I lied. This is Hennings. Off the throttle. Take a look at Manning now. Little brush of the wall, Hennings and Manning. Hennings is underneath Pylon. Into 3. I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done here. But that's what we do at Speed Zone TV. We bring you the action, and it's live. Down the front stretch into turn 1. They're pretty even, and maybe a half truck by Pylon on the outside. And we've seen it all night. That outside line stops the charge from the inside line. Manning doing all he can to hold off Copperthorne. And, you know, it's crazy to think about it, but we saw Wagoner have a little bit of trouble at the start, but now all of a sudden, he a coming. On the outside of Copperthorne going into turn 1. Maybe not on the outside, but he's looking to complete it. He's going to get a nose on him. That's going to be for P4. 7 laps to go Wagoner brushes the wall, is able to chop down low, get under Manning. Looking like he's got a tire advantage. I haven't been really watching tires tonight because I figured everyone was nearing the same strategy, but Wagoner looks like he's the man on the move. 6 laps to go. Hennings brushes the wall. Oh man. If you ain't sitting on the edge of your seat, you might as well scooch up your butt cheeks now, because Wagoner has got blistering speed and is going to be taking the lead away from Pylon. It's likely going to cash right out. We've seen him have a couple good runs. Bristol, most notably, when got taken away from him with some late racing action. But I don't even know if we should be watching Wagoner check out. He is half a second faster than the 2 trucks behind. Wow, very impressive. Tire strategy for the Dubs. Four laps to go. Wagner's last best finish was P4 Talladega. Let's see where we were a week prior at Auto Clubs. E2 at Auto Clubs, so I mean, he's up there, just not where he should be in the point standings. I don't think, you know, his consistency has fared well, but tonight it is with a tire strategy. Wagner's currently sitting 12th in points for the championship, but he's up 22 spots tonight in that shiny 30 machine, Ford powered. I don't know if it's a Cleveland or a Windsor, but it's definitely got all the ponies tonight. He's opened a 2.4 second lead and is just checking out by over half a second a lap. It's going to become official. Doesn't matter what happens now. I mean, he could probably turn off that truck and just let it coast to the finish, because the race is official. James Wagoner is about to clinch his first win of the season after being at the front several times. Hats off to the Wagoner and the 30 machine getting it done tonight. He's going to be our winner. B2, Island, B3, Hennings, B4, Copperthorne, B5, up 15 spots tonight, Manning, B6, Richards, B7, Lessier, B8, Richardson, P9, Schuessler, P10, Ramsey. Gonna round out our top 10. We'll go through the rest of the field later on. Back up with our leaders here. Wagoner burning it down for you guys. Impressive strategy. Pocketing some tires to get it done. That's gonna be what it do tonight. Let the man cook. You know what I'm saying? Let him cook. He's very happy with that respectable finish. Finally gets it done. Gonna go through the rest of our finish results. We stopped at the 10th position So in 11th was Straminski, Adamson 12th, Hurst 13th, Feidler 14th, Ballard 15th, Isgrig 16th, Isbell 17th, Beebe 18th, Hunter 19th, Frigo 20th. 21st goes to Tony Richards. 22nd to Miller. 23rd to Fairman. And I guess there is a second Miller in Jackson and Gary Miller. Jackson Miller and rounding out the field in 24th. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to look to do some interviews. Shout out to Wagoner's Welding, sponsoring the Truck Series at Roughneck Racing, making it possible for you guys to view us on Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Robert Warrens. We'll be back in a quick sec.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
All right, we're back. We'll see if we have any drivers pop in here for an interview. Let's roll back through our Speed Zone TV instant replay here. Only a few cautions tonight. Very impressed with driving overall. I think we had 4 or 5 cautions, which unfortunately interrupted their green flag pit stops. But, you know, nonetheless, we were able to crown a winner there. And, you know, get it done. But, you know, with not so many laps left, it looks like, you know, that 30 machine was able to be victorious. Pylon was able to hold off the charge as long as possible, but ultimately not able to seal the deal, battling off fresh tires. All right, we're going to pull in our P3 finisher, Brian Hennings. Mr. Brian Hennings, how you doing tonight, sir?
Doing all right, Mr. Rob. How you doing?
I'm pretty dang good. Overall, pretty clean race. I saw you run a mixture of the high and the low line. You know, what was your strategy through the night?
Just trying to figure out what would not chew the tires up as much, whatever I was doing on the second stint. I mean, I think clipped the apron once or twice, and I got a little squirrely once. But yeah, first stint, my right front was 74. Second stint, 54. So yeah, I definitely chewed them up the after that first stop. I was just trying to keep a decent pace to stay up with Dale, but feel bad for Dale. Came in as leader and came out as a lap down because of his internet. So womp womp. But
yeah, womp is right.
It happens, I guess.
Yeah, I saw that, and all of a sudden he was in the lead. Like, he led a good, first half of the race pretty much.
Oh, it was going to be the Dale show again. I mean, he was pulling away.
Yeah, and I gave him the gears at the before we kicked off, and I was like, Dale, like, I saw you run strong at the start of the season, haven't seen you run strong again, and he showed up tonight, and womp womp.
Yep, I know.
Womp womp. We're off to North Wilkesboro next week. Do you like the short tracks?
I don't mind, I like Iowa, but I need to get some practice in. I haven't run it at all. Very, very little bit. I don't even think I've driven the truck there yet, so I should get some practice next week when I get some time, or this
Yeah,
week.
heck yeah. I think it's going to be very interesting when we stack up, 30 odd trucks
Yeah.
at half mile oval that has two very distinct corners.
I'll have to watch some YouTube videos as well. It's usually one thing I do.
Yeah, that'll definitely help. I haven't driven the new truck there. I have driven the old truck there before they did all the crazy work to it, but I think it'll be interesting because I feel like the current model of the truck, you're able to counter steer and slide a little bit more controllably. So I think,
Cool.
yeah, I think we're going to see some cautions next week. But tonight was relatively clean, in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, you get them cold tires off them stops, so I figured there'd be a few cautions.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like you're going to be carrying about, a 9-ish points lead going into the last two races. Are you nervous at all, Brian?
Just for the next week, I like Kansas. Like Kansas a lot, especially in the truck. I like ripping it along the wall. So yeah, next week might be the only wild card, and hopefully we can start sealing it up. We'll see.
Heck yeah. Well, who do you want to give a shout out tonight?
Birthday boy, Dougie.
Dougie.
So happy birthday boy, winner. He made the right call with them tires. Jimmy and I were just quickly chatting, like, should I go kid him? Should I take him? And that last caution, and he stayed out. I stayed out, and yeah, Doug made the right call. So kudos to him. Kudos to you on the broadcast. Gonna go watch it after when he gets some time. Just my other teammates at VRX and the admins here in the league, and yeah, wife and daughter. Love you guys.
Awesome. Well, nice talking to you again, Brian. I hope to see you next week, and you're able to figure out the strat for Wilkesboro. I think
Yep.
there's going to be some hurt hearts after Wilkesboro for some reason. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna go get some practice.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, take care, sir, and congrats on your P3 tonight.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. That was our P3 finisher, Brian Hennings. We're going to be bringing in our P2 finisher now, Jimmy Pylan. Jimmy, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Going pretty good. Tired,
Yeah.
buddy.
I mean, I watched you run pretty decent all night, pretty much a top 5 truck, and talking to the 74 machine. Did you have a set of tires in the pits as well?
I did.
Yeah. How do you have tire remorse after that?
Yes and no. Only because I was afraid of trying to get through the field and not knowing if I would be able to in time.
Yeah, true.
So I figured, like clean it, if I can keep the clean air on my nose, then maybe I can hold everyone off. But yeah, Doug just came flying up through there with his freshies and fucking smoked me.
Yeah, he was, consistently about a half second a lap quicker than the entire field. And then after the tires heat cycled, 7/10 to 8/10 a lap. So definitely the right strategy because there was only about 11 cars on the lead lap, 12 cars on the lead lap. So I can see the challenge is, where you are in the points. Like if you do have some type of carnage, then that completely throws you out of contention. But you were able to make up a little space tonight. What are your thoughts on going to North Wilkesboro?
So first, I'm glad I was able to make up some ground on the points wise, because it's been one hell of a battle the last few races with Brian and Dale. But going into North Wilkesboro, I feel pretty good. I kind of see it as a trickier Bristol, only because it's very easy to loop it coming out of the corners if you're not watching your throttle control.
100%.
And especially after those tires get worn, it can become a real handful. So I feel pretty good. I feel more better about North Wilkesboro than I do Kansas, but if I can run at Kansas like I did here, then I should be okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you're 9 points back right now. That's not a significant margin. So, I mean, it's definitely attainable, but you're going to have to do your homework and study up.
Oh, for sure. Because I know Brian's not just gonna give it to me, and
No.
nor do I want him to. Neither. Um, I want it to be as close of a battle as it can, and it's been like that for the last handful of weeks, and I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure. It's been great to watch and see kind of everything unfold. You're rocking a new paint tonight. Is the Tide, you keeping it clean out there? What's that that paint mean to you?
Um, so Johnny, my teammate, made that for me, and I appreciate it, Johnny. It's an old Kevin Harvick paint scheme when he ran the trucks and won at Bristol one of the years. Wish I knew the year because I'd love to go back and watch it. But I'm just a big Harvick fan. Been a big fan of his ever since senior passed and he took over. Um, so I try to mix uh my racing ability between those two.
Oh, that's awesome to hear, man. So you finished B2 tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to, buddy?
I want to give a shout out to y'all, Speedzone TV, and a big shout out to James Wagner's Welding for sponsoring it, for y'all sponsoring the broadcast. I love watching the broadcast back, especially if I have a good race. That also helps. Um, but I want to give a big shout out to my teammates, Johnny, Chris, Timmy, all pushing me to get better. Dougie's been pushing me to get better. Give a shout out to some friends and family, my brother, my sister-in-law, my little nephews, couple buddies, Adam, Dylan, Kyle, Evan. I believe that's it. And that's it.
All right, buddy. Well, you're up 4 spots tonight, finishing P2. Congrats on your P2. Hope to be chatting to you next week or at Kansas and maybe talking about a championship or at least staying in the podium. So, do your homework and I hope to see you back in the booth.
Alrighty, Robert. I much appreciate it. And yes, I am definitely going to be doing my homework the next 2 weeks and probably be glued to my wheel stand and computer.
Well, don't forget to drink water, buddy.
Will do. Yeah, I won't.
Have a good night, Jimmy.
Hey, you too.
Yep. That was our P2 finisher, Jimmy Pilen. Now we're going to bring in our winner. We've talked to him once or twice before, but now he's in the hot seat. Mr. Dougie Wagner, James Jr., what do you got to say for yourself and capping off the victory tonight?
I don't know. It feels pretty good to be here.
Yeah, I bet it does. You had a good run at Talladega, a good run at Auto Club. You stitched together a good run, I believe, at Bristol until that was. I just can't forget that one. You probably don't either. But
no.
you finally got it done here. So hats off to you. You were involved in some early carnage at the start of the race. What happened there?
Yeah, I got caught up in that second or third lap, first lap. I can't remember, but yeah, I got a little damage. Had like 5 minutes, and I wanted to save my fast repair, so I was just getting my damage fixed, and I was just pretty much saving about the whole race.
Yeah, I noticed that you were almost a second off the pace when we're at full speed, right? So nice to see that strategy, and you pretty much rode near the middle to the back of the field until almost the last caution.
Yeah. On that last caution, I seen everybody stay out, and I had a set of tires sitting on the wall, and I went in, took them, and I felt pretty good after that.
I mean, you're in Discord with these guys. Didn't you say, "Hey guys, I'm going to get some tires. Why don't you come join me? We can have a pit party together"? Like, was that like the communication you were going with, or no?
Well, I was actually a lap down. Actually, I was 2 laps down at one time, and I don't know how because I pitted, and then that one caution got caught out. But I got to pass the pace car. But I got the lucky dog there, and I guess they'd already passed pit road, and I just dipped in and got them, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, I think you were coming in for a green flag stop after the contact. I think with what was it, the 015 Miller.
Bruno. I think Bruno.
Was it Bruno? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think.
015. My bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, that caution came out just as you were in the pits. Well, that
Yeah.
sucks. You were able to stitch it all back together, so it's nice to actually, give you the crown tonight for Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to North Wilkesboro next week. Is that a track you favor?
Oh yeah, that's hometown track.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you better get it done. I haven't run these trucks here, or the new configuration of the truck, so I'm probably going to turn some laps myself. But that 30 machine's been fast for the last few weeks. So, are you expecting the same kind of strategy? You're going to be laying back. Or you're going to be charging up the front next week.
Most of the time I try to lay back and just save and try to let them get away from me, but then run them back down. But sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But got lucky tonight, I guess.
I mean,
my father, he welded me a. Well, I shouldn't say this, but he welded me a pussy bar in tonight. Excuse my language, but so I wasn't scared to push the throttle there at the end. So.
Well, we all need a little help sometimes, don't we?
Oh yeah, it felt good to have that little bar there just in case I slipped.
Yeah, you better check yourself, right? You don't want to slip too far, that's for sure. Only two races left. We're crowning a winner. You're not in the points contention, but you definitely have stitched together some great finishes. Do you have a pick for the championship for yourself? Do you think Hennings or Pilon, or are you thinking Adamson's going to be able to squeak one out here?
It's a hard decision. They're all three pretty good drivers, so I mean, I guess the best man wins. I don't want to be biased and just pick one because I like all three of them. So, let the best man win it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's been a pleasure watching the racing here, and a pleasure watching you. So, who do you want to give a shout out to, James?
I'd like to give a shout out to my father. At Wagoner's Welding. He does a lot for this league and stuff. I'd like to thank my mom and dad, my family, girlfriend, both my boys, Timmy, Johnny, Chris Ramsey, all them guys that the admins behind the scenes. They all do a good job. You for broadcasting, just everybody that races here in Roughneck. I mean, great good group of guys. So, but if I'm leaving anybody else out.
Well, you can get them next week at Wilkesboro or Kansas, buddy. Like, we got time together,
Oh yeah, I plan to be back here next week. So.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, you did an impressive strategy tonight that nobody else took, and half second or more faster a lap after the heat cycles took toll on the tires, and you're taking home the dub tonight at Charlotte under the lights. So, congrats, Mr. Wagner, on what you done accomplished tonight, sir.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you.
All right. Well, we'll talk again soon, and get it done next week, brother.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Yeah, take care, buddy.
Yep, see.
That was our P1 finisher, James Jr. Wagner, and that 30 machine getting it done tonight. Sporting the Roughneck Racing. Shout out to the sponsors at Wagner's Welding that make it possible for Speed Zone TV to be here and for you guys to enjoy some of that great racing that we saw tonight and all season. So race number 10 is now complete in the books. We have only 9 points separating the championship between Hennings and Pilon. Adamson's a little bit further back, looking like 37 points, and Hurst might be a little far out of the contention at 60 points out. And then Richardson squeaks into the 5th spot tonight, which actually creates an interesting battle for, it looks to be almost, from 4th through 10th, only separating by 21 points. So, we got 2 races left, tons of action left here at Roughneck Racings for the Wagner's Welding Truck Series. Wilkesboro next week, closing out the season at Kansas Speedway. Two very different tracks. Both require patience and tires. So we're going to see these drivers emerge once again. Now we're crowning a new winner, so that's our 7th different winner in 10 freaking races. Absolutely exciting. Nobody's been able to dominate. Adamson had some unfortunate luck tonight, or he might have been a contender. But that's how the luck plays out. So shout out again to our top 3 finisher, our winner, James Wagoner Jr., Pylan P2, and Hennings P3. Make sure you guys are tuning in next week, same time, same bat channel, 7:20 p.m. EST on Speed Zone TV. Like the broadcast, share it with your friends and family. You're going to see some great racing. These guys put on an awesome show for you, and you should be rooting on your favorite driver. Once again, I'm Robert Warrens at Speed Zone TV, bringing you the action for Wagner's Welding Truck Series. We'll be signing off. Join us next week, and give some love to the broadcast and the drivers. Have a good night, everyone.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.